Y'all didn't know y'all were going to get all this, did you? No apologies whatsoever. Listen, as the purpose and destiny pusher, that's what happens. So if you had an expectation to hear something else, those that are watching, you can just turn it off. But you might miss something, because when I hear what has already been said about value, it, in my mind, makes me want to go here. Okay, once I get that value, we're talking life, family, and balance. How do I maintain that as my life shifts? What do I mean by that? Transition is my bag, y'all. I am a transition coach. I'm a life coach, but I'm going to talk to you about transition. How are you moving from this stage to that stage? What gives me the right to do that? I will tell you what gives me the right to do that. After doing 20 years in the military, that is serving the government, doing things Uncle Sam's way, I had to leave that. Thank you for your time. But I gotta go. Take off that uniform and be Joy. Not Sergeant anybody. And what is it, 1% of the U.S. population is what makes up service men and women anyhow? So some of y'all just wouldn't even care if I had a uniform on. That didn't matter. Would you appreciate the service? Absolutely. But that rank didn't mean anything. Being Joy is what means something. Being Joy beside being Mrs. Rice, or being mama, or being daughter. How do I make sure that I maintain all of my value without all the other things that I have done? Knowing who I am, and then enjoying life the way I want to. With parameters, but the way, what do I like to eat? Where do I like to go?
That's good.
Because sometimes we get lost. If you are a mother, raise your hand. If you are a mother, raise your hand, and keep your hand up if you can identify that sometimes your menu or your meal consists of just what they had to eat. If you eat. Even if you just got to taste it, because I can promise you there, before I dumped it out, was a half-drank cup of coffee.
That need to be reheated.
That need to be a few times. So I finally got a coffee mug, a coffee warmer on my desk, because I was tired of my coffee getting cold, and it was 2:00 in the afternoon, and I'm still drinking coffee. But that's okay. I'm gonna finish my cup.
That's right.
And I don't want to eat another goldfish as a meal. So, talk to me, you all, about how we continue to maintain our value, even in our specific, as ourselves, but in our specific roles and places, because that's going to lead us into balance.
That's good. That's good. I find unapologetically time to myself as the best time in the world. I remember feeling guilty for taking time for Tekoa after becoming mom, after becoming wife, after becoming ministry leader. And I felt this great sense of, oh, well, they need me. I need to be here for this person and there for that person. If not, then how will all of the parts work together? I find joy in going to Lowe's and getting plants and going to my backyard and planting flowers and painting on my back porch to myself and going to Starbucks alone. I enjoy my time alone, because when I'm filled, I can go back.
Yes.
A filled woman to my husband, to my children, to everybody else that's pulling at me. Because it don't stop now.
That's right.
Do Not Disturb has been a great gift to me. You know, in those times where I'm like, this is Tekoa time, and I schedule it. I literally put it on my schedule, time for me.
That's good. That's good.
Can you all be honest that you put time on your schedule for you?
Yeah.
So everybody has a notebook.
Yeah.
Write it down. I will schedule me time.
Me time.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
That me time is so important, and I agree. I can relate to what you said, Tula, that it almost feels selfish when you know, even though kids are all grown and everything, but then I started trying to get into the grandchildren's lives, you know, like, okay, I got to do this, but I realized that how am I going to pour into anyone if I don't pour into myself? Because sometimes you're trying to pour and nothing is there. So the more you pour into yourself, y'all, it is not selfish. Because if we remember what the scripture says, it says that we're to love God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. So how am I going to be pouring into my neighbor when I'm empty? So guess what? I'm going to spend time going to Hand and Stone and getting my massage.
Come on, honey. Come on.
When I feel like going to do a little shopping, don't really have to do a whole lot now. I'm not working, and my husband sometimes, why you out buying stuff? Because you don't have. But I still want to look good when I walk out. So okay, that's right. There you go, and you want me to look good. Yes. So I'm gonna do those things that give me satisfaction, and it's almost my youngest son, who'll be 38. He was like, Mom, it's like you're recapturing some of your youth, you know, because you were in such a responsibility role early on. And, you know, and nobody really, I always said my siblings, they didn't pay me any attention because they thought we were equals. But I was really in charge, y'all. I was really in charge. I had to comb their hair, I had to do things. But now I spend time doing the things that I love, and I am grateful every day. I told my girlfriend the other day, when you're in a blessed place, you just be looking for God, saying, like, God, what you gonna do today? You're gonna be so amazing today. I'm not looking for, I wonder what's going. No, I'm looking for your hand, your fingerprints. So that's what I do now. I spend time. I study the word. I read, and I always love, because there's so much truth, like you say, in who we are. That's already been told us. We've already been told. So that's how I balance mine. Just staying in a state of gratitude, y'all. Because there's one thing about the enemy. He ain't too crafty, y'all, for real, because he run the same games. He run the same games. Okay, so his thing is, you think, okay, well, let me sin. I mean, literally this week, things were just going, and then the next thing I know, I was like, okay, I got you. But the more you in tune with the Spirit, the more God shows you these things, and you can basically respond to it in the right kind of way. Okay, so I balance it by taking care of Teresa.
I mean, can y'all see why when Auntie talks, I just listen? Because she drops those gems. And when she's talking about going out and getting what she wants to wear, every time I see her, Auntie stay dressed to the night. She could be running to the gas station, y'all. She gonna be tough. I take notes. I said, I'm going to brunch with Auntie. Let me make sure I got my outfit together. Stop.
That's right.
Jump in there.
How many married women do we have in this place? Okay, so for me, when our son was little, there was a place that I came to. It was a realization that I looked at my husband, I looked at our son, and I said, they're really happy, but I'm not. And I came to a place, I got tired of the fake smile. I got tired of pretending, jumping into roles. Come on, acting when everybody was around. You know, I got tired of it, and I felt very, very selfish. But I broke it all down because I didn't even know what I liked anymore. I didn't know who I was anymore. And in order for me to know what I like, what I like to do, where I like to go, I had to shut it all down. And no matter how selfish it felt, I knew that I had to do it. And I explained to my husband, I was like, I'm sorry, but it's what it is. Okay. Nope. All right. Yep. And I promise that was exactly how it was. Cool. Straight. You know? It was like, whatever. I got to get to me.
Right.
And I began to rebuild myself because it's so easy to lose ourselves in our spouses, in our children for single mom. It's so easy to lose yourself there and that you don't even know you anymore. And as I did that, I slowly began to remember me. And I would be like, oh yeah, I did like to do that. Okay. But here's the thing. Not only was I remembering me, but I was introducing me to my husband and our child. Because they had never known that woman. But she's so important to me. So if you love me, then guess what? You need to know her so you can love her too. And from that, I literally, let me tell you, I love my vacations. I love my me time. They can tell y'all, I love vacation. Okay, I'm a senior pastor. I love vacation. Okay, I'm finna get away this week. Okay, I'm like, yeah, I'll be down there on Wednesday. Look, but I love it because when I reintroduced myself, I also introduced to my husband the parts of me that was very important to me. I can't be the best version of myself for you, for our son, let alone the people that we lead. If I don't do this, if I don't get away, I see better when I'm away. I'm clearer when I'm away. So he understands we go on vacation together. We go on vacation as a family, and then I go on vacation by myself. And he pushes that because he has come to understand the importance of that. I ain't finna do Lowe's. I ain't going outside. Let's sit on my back porch. That's all I'm gonna do. But I mean, people love it. It relaxes a lot. It relaxes my husband. That's what he likes. That's you, boy. Go ahead. Cool. Straight. Come on. I'm gonna go to the beach. How about that? I'm gonna sit on this balcony and just look at this water and allow God to refresh me, to allow God to give me new ideas, for him to breathe on me, because I found if I just give, I am giving out of my reservoir. I should be giving out of my overflow.
That's right.
The reservoir is for me.
That's right.
What's in here is for me to live, to keep going. The overflow, that's for y'all.
That's for y'all.
That's for when you need help. You got a problem that you need assistance with.
Yes.
I don't care if it's in your family. I don't care if it's in your business, because you're gonna always have people, even in your business, pulling, needing. You got to know when it's at.
Yep.
I'll get back with you. Because now you're giving out of what you have for your own business. So you got to begin to pour into them what you have in excess. In overflow.
That's right.
Don't give your reservoir away.
That's right.
You need that.
Yep. Amen.
Something that I hear so strongly when you say you had to reintroduce yourself, first to yourself and then to your family, layers. But I'm going to attribute those layers, when I was talking about the military, to a uniform. How many times do we put a uniform on? And what is it? A uniform, a layer, an identity, a title.
Come on.
But it's not you. One thing about being a service member, we say we take just normal people off the street and turn them into mean green fighting machines. But I'll tell you, and my sister Pam can identify because she too was a soldier. I'm not turning you into anything. I'm bringing out of you what was already in
Yeah.
you. And everybody ain't meant to be a soldier. But in every capacity that you are you soldiering.
Yeah, yeah. You mounting up.
You mounting up, you going to war, you going
Yeah.
to battle. And sometimes those battles, you're fighting them out of your reservoir. Because you only have on the uniform of the identity that was given to you.
Placed on you. Right.
That was
Gosh,
placed
that
on
was
you.
good to me.
That's right.
That was placed on you, but that was not you. Got me out here fighting like this. I'm a graceful person. I should be speaking kind. That's the thing that wins people over for me. And you're wondering why sometimes it seems too tough, because you have on the wrong thing. So if you just took an inventory of your uniforms, what would they be?